Hi guys, welcome. This is Lorian and I'm bringing you a new pickacard reading. This one's slightly different. This one is asking, what is your superpower? Now, I don't mean like Captain America, I don't mean like Iron Man or whoever. What I'm doing most is seeing what your superpower is that you may be able to take on board and inhabit, and it's kind of born within you, so you can focus on that and maybe bring it to the forefront of your plans, of your path through the future, and also see if you can really excel and build this up and really charge this emotion or this ability or this seventh sense or whatever it is that you have, so that you can actually apply it and really make it super. Now, something that I wanted to say is that I really do appreciate every single one of you who has come to say hello, sharing, liking, commenting, subscribing, doing the notification thing. Every time I see a familiar name, I'm like, hi, you're still watching my channel. So thank you so much. And I really do appreciate every single one of you. So the way we're going to do this is just to basically 3 piles, and I will make a 10-second kind of image where you can focus on the symbols or focus on the piles and see which one you are drawn to as usual. But I really do encourage you to comment below, let me know if there's resonance here, if you have experiences of this, if you have a question that you'd like me to ask the cards for you in the future, if you want a reading, then everything's down below. Everything I do is for you, so thank you so much for sticking with me. I will be doing more book stuff. As you can see, I have several things. It's not even all of it. It goes all the way up there. I've got too many books to read, but I will be doing more book stuff, and I will be doing more unboxings and things like, oh, this is happening and stuff. So do keep with me, and thank you for staying with me. Now it's out of summer, I probably will be doing some more stuff. But thank you, and let's get on to the reading. Hi guys, so the first thing I just want to do is do briefly, maybe like 10 seconds, telling you what each group is. So the first one, we have the option of mist, which is I'm using candle scent holders or lids. So mist, which is warm stone and wood smoke. Blue, which is peach blossom, trees and honeysuckle. And then we're doing reverie, which is, let me just read, mint, marshmallows and candy floss. So just thought I'd do a brief thing for these. You'll see the image for them in a second, and then we'll go on to group 1 with mist. Okie dokie, group 1, let's have a look and see. You chose mist. This is probably the one that I would have chosen because I absolutely adore the scent of this candle, so I would have automatically been, moving towards this one. So, ooh, moon cycles. Okay. Oh, no, power of no. Okay. Star Mother. Ooh, all right. So these are kind of similar, these two. Let's have a look. And then tarot cards are Six of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Let me just see if I can move this down slightly so you can actually see. There we are. So many tarot readers I've seen recently just move the camera now. whenever the frame is off, they just move it. It's quite fun. I'm like, I'm not the only one. All right, so let's see. I will be drawing some clarifiers from the Fairy Tarot, just in case. Obviously, it's not guarantee. Let's have a look. Already, I'm getting a very divine feminine aspect here. So I think that your strength and your superpower either comes from being a mother, or it comes from the maternal line that has been, that has bred you, I suppose is one of the terms, but has kind of given you life, the maternal line. For some of you, your relationship with your mother may be very close. For some of you, it may be very distant. Either way, it's not the standard relationship. I would say it's probably not the standard relationship. It's probably got some nuances in there. What I would also say is the kind of energy that I'm picking up is probably more stereotypically, what women are best at. I do get a lot of intuition. You're probably a water sign. Even though there's the Queen of Pentacles here, I'm getting a lot of water sign, a lot of Piscean energy. So you could be, well, you could be Pisces, Cancerian, or Scorpio. But it could be that you have the organisational skills and the wherewithal of a Queen of Pentacles. I do see a lot of organisation. The power of no is very strong with you. You could be seen sometimes as being a little bit intimidating because you're just that sure of what you will and will not do. You always have conviction in the way you speak. Or if you don't at the moment, or if you feel like, no, I'm not really a convicting or convicted speaker, or whatever, my words fail me at the moment, you probably do better than I do, but there's something that feels like you write, you speak, you communicate in such a way that lets other people know exactly where you stand, exactly who you are. You are unashamed, or you should be unashamed, of who you are. So what your superpower is being authentic. It's being in tune with the moon and the cycles of the moon. You could be a witch, you could be somebody who relies heavily on psychic intuition. You could be. And that's the potential that's here. That's the potential that's coming through. You're very, very giving. I think actually this is more of a balance. If somebody's really nice to you and if somebody gives you something, then you will return the favour whenever you can. If somebody's really gentle with you, you'll return the favour. If somebody is really nasty, then that karma will go back to them. So you're quite balanced in that respect. You do have twos here. So that's kind of where I'm seeing that, and lots of blue, so very much about your throat chakra, how you communicate, whether that be writing, art, just general day to day. It could be that family is the most important centre for you and that you're really wanting to develop more intimacy within the family dynamic and more understanding between everybody. It could be that it falls on you a lot of the time to be the person who regulates and organises the family unit. If you don't have a family, then you could want something that is in your control, or something that you have some dominance over. And I don't mean dominance in a bad way. I mean dominance in, I have full control over this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I need to do and where I'm going. And it feels a lot like you are very, very much ready to say no to people. Sometimes it could be that your mood gets in the way of opportunity. But I do feel that your superpower is your conviction, your understanding of your right and wrong, the psychic energy, and the way you communicate. A lot of you could be heavy journalers. A lot of you could do rune work. Sigils would be very good because it's writing. It could also be that you just really do the simple things, like getting some moon water or collecting rainwater, or something that's very spiritual. But I do feel that you're a heavy planner because you do have two things here. You have the Two of Wands, which is very much about having the preparation and foresight, and also the Queen of Pentacles, which may mean that you're very comfortable at home. Home is where your heart is. And even if you, for instance, if you had your family somewhere else completely, I don't know whether family or where it makes you home. I think you like the surroundings and that makes your home. There may be one person that you feel really, oh, I've come home and I'm comfortable. But for you, I think your surroundings play a very big part of this. And it could be that you're adapted, you're very adaptable as well. I mean, as much as your conviction is very strong, if you had to move, I think that you would make it a good home. I feel like you throw in any situation, and I feel like as soon as you got over the initial, whoa, hold on a second, you could adapt to that very quickly because your practical side and also your intuition leads you very, very well. But again, this balance of energy that you give out comes back to you. I really think that's very strong. Star Mother as well. How do you mother yourself, or how can you mother yourself? This is something that hasn't come out in any reading that I've done before, so you're very special in that regard. But I do feel like it's saying that there could be some independence things here. You could find yourself either with the weight of everyone else on your shoulders or kind of on your own. I don't think it's either or. I think you're very much with everybody, got a lot to do, organising people, or kind of on yourself, by yourself, or maybe with somebody else, just one other person. But you don't have either or a mixture. I think that your superpower within this is your intuition very, very strongly, your adaptability, your conviction in who you are, and your determination, but also your communication. And I think that this is going to be something that you can maybe work on for the rest of a year or whenever. It's just something that you can build on this, because people may recognize this within you but not actually tell you. You know, they may not actually tell you that, you know, you're really good at something because their communication sucks. But also, you have the moon cycles here. So this will affect your energy, manifestations, notice how it affects you, and then capitalize on it. So again, you're changeable, you're adaptable, and I think that's definitely something that you can utilize for yourself. Okay, so I'm just going to what cards wish to come through for group 1? What is their superpower? What would you like to tell them about their abilities? Alright, the one that I've got in my hand, or 2, okay. They really wanted to come through, so let's see. Prince of Summer, okay, so again, Page of Cups could be somebody who's very creative. This also is maybe, yeah, romantic, captivating, dramatic, flirtatious. Again, that could be seen as intimidating as well. The so sure of yourself, being very emotional, understanding your intuition. And yeah, I think that they're asking you to stay grounded, but you are. You're very grounded here. Wow, okay, and another 2 of Summer. Maybe you are romantic, maybe you always believe in the best of things. However, I do feel like you do make serious commitments, and if you say you're going to do something, you don't say that lightly. If you say you promise, you will do that. And again, that's your conviction. If you say, I promise you I'll do this, you don't just go, pfft. If it means nothing to you, you wouldn't promise. And that's different than saying, oh, yeah, I'll do that for you later. That's not a promise. If you say, I promise in front of anything, you will do that. And I think that's definitely a superpower, because it means that people will understand they can hold you to your word, and also that you will do whatever you say you're going to do. And that's very rare. And also it's something that people value. So you in yourself become valuable to other people. I think you're very... If I was to put you in a Hogwarts house, I know this is a bit weird, but if I was to put you in a Hogwarts house, I would probably put you in Ravenclaw / Slytherin, because I do feel that you're incredibly you're very, you know, your conviction, I will get the term right once, your conviction is sound, you are ambitious, you're very clear in your communication, and if you promise something, you're very dedicated to those people around you. You can handle things on your own, you're very adaptable. And I also feel that, you know, your karma that you give out comes back to you, but you do have the power of the moon, you have very much the power of intuition. The maternal line, I think, has passed something down to you, whether that be psychic energy, your skills, your talents, your creativity. And that could be something that you look into there. But I really hope this was enlightening for you. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you. But in the meantime, I thank you so much for joining me today, and I wish you all the very best of luck, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. I'm going to now go on to group 2. Hello group 2, welcome to your part of the What is Your Superpower reading. You may notice that it's slightly different lighting. That's because my phone died last night in the middle of doing all of them. So I thought I'd wait until today. At least you got some nice light, and it's not going to change the messages because I've already done all these. So you would have chosen the blue candle, which, you know, that smell where you just get out of the shower and maybe you go back into the bathroom or something and it smells so fresh and clean. this is what that smells like. It smells so lovely. Unfortunately, the person who makes the candles stopped doing them now, so I just keep sniffing the bottom of the candle, just like, get that nice aroma back, just to see. But let's see what your cards are. So, victory. Ooh. Warrior woman. Wow, okay. Protection. So much strength already here. Honestly, I feel that if you chose this one, you're probably very protective of your loved ones or yourself or your principles. And it feels as though there's lots of purple here coming in already. So I'll see if that brings up a theme. 5 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. Okay. So I will be drawing some clarifiers from the Fairy Tarot by Doreen Virtue. Alright, let's just have a seat and... Okay. So, alright. So, because you have Cups and Pentacles and Wands, you know, there isn't really... Oh, and Swords, I suppose. Because you have one of each, there isn't really a striking thing saying, this is your lane, you have to stick to it. What is coming forwards most of all for me is the fact that you're a very emotional person, but sometimes you may actually put a front on. I feel like you could be one of those signs that's kind of a Gemini-ish type person who has 2 different sides, and you can switch to which one you require at any given moment. Now that's a strength. You know, I mean, I know people say, oh, you never know who you're going to get with a Gemini, but I have Gemini moon, which enables me to cut off emotions if I need to and assess a situation in a more practical manner, which is a godsend when it's very complicated or if you're feeling too sensitive. So there's something coming through here that I feel that you never give up. Or, okay, so for some of you, you need to develop this. And for some of you, it's already inherently within you. So it depends on which camp you're in. But ultimately, I honestly feel like you have persistence and resilience in your veins. This could be because of previous experiences. This could be because the people around you have taught you to be resilient, or because you've had to be. I think you grew... This kind of thing comes up if you have had to grow up very quickly. So if you've had to go to a certain stage very rapidly in your life because you didn't have the luxury of being a child up until you were 17 or something like that. You had to grow up very, very quickly because of the experiences that you were having. So I get a lot of Taurus here as well. Maybe some Capricorn, because I'm looking at this one, so it could be a balance between that. But I do also feel like you have a very deep emotion, and your superpower is to channel that emotion into being warrior, into being protector, into getting, you know, your victory. You remind me, the energy here reminds me of something, you know, when you see on the news and there's this person who has fought for justice for so long, either for their family or a loved one or, you know, somebody, and they've stuck with the course, you know, and they've stuck, you know, with the cause that they've gone with. And I think that it may have been 15 years, 5 years, whatever. They finally get the result that they want. And that is a sign of never giving up, never surrendering, making sure that you are doing the right thing. And to be honest, you could be doing this for other people. You could be very much a social justice warrior. This could be reminiscent of Libra. So you could be very good, you know, I'd say, I'm going to support you, I'm going to, you know, further you, I'm going to be here to push you further, I'm going to be here to make sure you get to where you need to go, that's wrong, I'm going to support you in whatever I can. You're very reliable, you're very resilient, you're very protected, very much the purple, the blue. Your communication, I think group 1 was mostly about communication and, you know, wanting to put that across and being very intuitive. and, you know, sticking by their friends, but you go the extra mile sometimes in order to get through to them and support them. But also I feel that you could do it just as well for yourself. I think the support you give to others, you could do for yourself as well. You could mainly focus on you, like, I really want to do this, or I really want to see this in me, or I really wish I'd said this to this person, but I don't want to upset them feelings. You have to stand up for yourself a little bit more. If this is the case that your superpower is being very protective, you're a warrior, you go through things and you're very assertive. Some of you, you've already mastered this power. I see somebody at the moment going, I tell them like it is, whatever. Perfect. You're there. That's great. That's your superpower. But for those of you who struggle with actually telling people to naff off, you know, when they've offended you, or, you know, to be something when they've been really mean, or that overbearing person in your life who just keeps going and keep, you know, henbecking you, you have to stand up for yourself, or else you'll never reach that kind of higher tier. And I think it's coming. Your superpower is definitely to inhabit yourself truthfully, honestly, openly, so authentically. And I feel like with these cards, you know, protection, I think this is kind of more to do with you being very prominent, being very, you know, you may find that you're protecting your heart a little bit, or protecting your sensibilities, which is why to some people you may come off as distant. But this is saying cut the cords to people who really don't serve you anymore, call back your power and soul retrieval. This is kind of saying that you're coming back into your own. And again, what have you answered? Have you answered your deepest calling? And this could be that you're ready to go into battle. This always reminds me of Aragorn when he blesses the blade with his forehead before he charges for the final time. And what he feels could be, you know, the death of him just to buy his friends some time. That's kind of you. You go into battle, you're prepared to stand up for yourself, but also victory is coming through here saying your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So it's kind of like you should have faith. You should have resilience. This is such a strong resilience here. This is coming forward to say that you do have this coming up. But again, it could be that you're protecting your heart and being a bit apathetic, or protecting your sensibilities, if I could speak, sensibilities and emotions, because you just kind of feel people will disappoint you again. And that's not wrong necessarily. It's probably just from experience. And the thing that's coming forwards most of all is the fact that you're probably going to go through the motions as much as you are going to go through, you know, certain aspects of your life, certain pushes, certain themes. I mean, I would hope that you don't keep dwelling on the things that have been lost so you forget to look up for the possibilities of the future. But the purple is showing that the intuition, your third eye, is right on point, and that may be the superpower as well for you to develop, so you can see things before they come through, so you know when to go no, and you know when to let them in. So that just reminded me of the film Let the Right One In. Not quite a vampire, but you know, let's have a look and see. And use more clarifiers for you guys. I honestly believe this is one of the most... Oh, okay, you guys... No, you just fell on the floor. Right, fine. But I honestly believe this is a really good superpower to have. The strength of right and wrong. The strength of your principles. So they may be not as black and white as people may think so. But you know what's right. You know what's wrong. In the world, it's a very slippery scale. And I feel like this is something that you protect your loved ones. Some people take this to extreme, though. You know, some people do take protection to the extreme. I don't feel that you're one of them, but maybe for the 1% of people go, yes, I, you know, don't let them go anywhere or experience anything because of, maybe that's not the right way forward, but, you know. So you have the Two of Wands, ooh, and the Six of Cups. So yes, this could be to do with the past. Children or childhood, yeah. So like I say, I don't think that you had a long childhood. I think you grew up pretty quickly. And that, you know, sometimes can be very disappointing because you just want to get back to childhood again. You want to experience having the light and fancifulness and having the imagination and innocence of a kid. But this says the return of people or romances from your past remembering events differently. So it could be that you look upon things in a different way now you've had more experience, so you understand the experiences you had to have before. And this other one is basically a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity. You definitely have hard work. You have such hard work. You get down into the nitty gritty and you definitely push yourself every opportunity. That is not in question here. And this is very much saying partnerships with others who share your dreams and great progress being made. So you definitely have some expert progress coming up. You do need to balance a little bit more. I think maybe the hardness with the softness. You know, oh, I love this and I've got to push that away, and you know, maybe just allow things in a little bit. But your superpower, if you want to inhabit this, is standing up for yourself, standing up for others, being very intuitive, seeing things coming through as and manifesting with your third eye opportunities that can take you higher and release you from old patterns and release you from old people that you need to protect yourself against. So this is definitely on its way for you. But I hope this really helps you. Group 2, again, it may be something to do with cleansing that's coming in just to get yourself refreshed, ready for the next few weeks, months, year, whatever. But I really do hope that helped you. Let me know in the comments below if that resonated, or if you have any suggestions for future card readings, do let me know. All my social links are down below, and in the meantime, I'll love you and I'll leave you and I'll go on to group 3. Hello, group 3. You may notice a little bit of a light change from when I first did it. It's because my phone died yesterday, just in the middle of doing the information ones, so I'm doing it in the day. So we're going to do the cards for you here, and I'm also going to pick some from the fairy tarot just to clarify some things. We have Reverie here, which is, you know, one of the first candles I actually got, and sadly Meraki is no longer doing them. But if I do sniff inside of this lid, it still smells amazing. So it's kind of like when you've got that lavendery smell and it's almost incensey. It's really, really nice. So let's have a look and see. Peace. Oh, what's your superpower? It's a Council of Light, and you're already doing it. Okay. And then we, whoops. We have the Death card. Okay. 3 of Cups. Wow, 10 of Cups and the Moon. Ooh, this is interesting. You could have some Scorpio in your chart if you're here, because the Death card is typically a Scorpio card. I do feel that, yeah, within you there's a lot of regeneration. You may be very good at understanding when is the time to move on. Reading more into this as well, I feel like your intuition is on point. So keeping positive, your positivity is such a good trait. Never letting anything get on your shoulders. And I think that the key is not to let anybody tell you that you should be upset or that you should be reacting a certain way. So your superpower is knowing how to read a situation, as far as I can see, how to read a room, because a lot of this is understanding people and being part of a community, the Council of Light. You listen very well to your intuition, to the signs that your guides give you. I feel, okay, for some of you who are saying, well, what can I improve on? Some of this, I have to say, they're telling you that you could listen more. You sometimes doubt yourself or second guess yourself. Is this really a sign? Do I know? Am I just, you know, doing this or doing that? Am I really seeing this correctly? The answer is yes. And I think this is your doubt here. However, this is your ability as well to dream, weirdly enough. And your ability to receive messages from dreams, have this feeling of, oh right, okay, I can do this, and the process of information from your subconscious comes through in your day-to-day life, and that really does give you the sense of snapping, I can do this, I know where I'm going and what I'm trying to do here. I feel as though sometimes when other people are getting too worked up over things, or when they're going, oh no, I can't do it, it's too much, you just have this air of calm. And it's kind of a thing where you're going on your inner workings, and if you know that it's going to turn out right, you don't let worry harm you. And I think my great-grandmother was the one who actually said, worry won't change anything. You know, the situation, it will unfold how it wants to unfold. Things will happen how they want to happen. You're literally not going to do anything or change the situation just by worrying about it. So I think that's the only thing that you really do subscribe to, is that worry is too much of a fun taker, a mood killer. You know, it's not going to be something that you dwell on too much. One thing as well that I want to say is that with the Ten of Cups here, this is pointing towards being positive, seeing the good side of a situation, the good in people. You know, you're kind of a very light person as far as I see. You may have this fascination with looking at the dark side of people just to see how they have the good side, you know, the stark contrast. So for instance, you might look at true crime documentaries or be interested in psychology or something like that, healing people, how people work, because it does feel like you're a very social person. And again here though, that's it, stop overthinking it. You're already facing, or keep facing your true north. This could be the thing where you overthink the messages that you're given, or, you know, if you're on a lower vibration, it could be that you're just trying to overthink or over-process the information that you're supposed to be given at the moment. I think during, you know, downtimes though, you do regenerate. You're not afraid of change. And if you feel like, well, that's not really me, you have it within you to embrace change. This is a Scorpio card, so again, you may have some influence of Scorpio. And because Scorpio, weirdly enough, Scorpio is a fixed sign. So Scorpios, you know, as much as they are about regeneration, they can sometimes resist change. Now I can say that because I am a Scorpio. But there's something that seems to come through here that says if it changes very soon for you, or, you know, if changes happen around you, you're very good at just letting things go, cutting things off, moving forwards, not dwelling on the past so much, and also valuing your friends. You may not have like 15 friends that you go talk to at any given moment, but those friends that you do have, you keep very close, you idolize them, they're probably worth the world to you. So I think for you, a lot of the time, quality over quantity. You have your trusted people, you have your trusted guides, your trusted friends, the people who trust you. You know, people probably would go to you for advice because you can be very balanced, you understand the change of the world, and your intuition is so good. That is something that you can develop, I think, a lot of the time as well. For some reason I'm getting a strong Cancerian vibe as well. Also a strong Libra vibe here, because it could be the mediator type thing that's coming in. But ultimately, what I see here is that your superpower is positivity. Your superpower is your ability to change and go with it and not be afraid of taking paths that you need to take. It's not being afraid of seeing the best in people, even if they've shown the bad sides. It's going forwards to see what you can bring forwards from others, what you can enjoy with others, and not judge them necessarily on the mistakes of the past. Seeing things very peace-giving, very diplomatic, wanting to keep the peace, but also this feeling of always pushing towards something with a very strong, close-knit community. So I'm just going to draw some more cards just to see how else, or what else adds on to your superpower. Okay, so you clearly wanted to come through. I also get a very strong earth vibe, so maybe you're kind of one of those salt of the earth types who really does, you know, you really are concerned with how the state of the planet is at the moment. Okay, you wanted to come through. Queen of Wands. Brilliant, loyal, talented and friendly. That is you in a nutshell. So you may be a fire sign, but this is definitely you. This says believe in yourself, and you do. Wonderful people want to help you. They will, because you keep them very close to you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. You do. You have this balance. You have this peace within you. You see this very strong both sides. This is you in a nutshell, basically. And if you're going, well, no, not really, then it should be. Because I think that if you're taking things too seriously, or if you're allowing the fear of, oh, what if I do it wrong? What if I do it wrong? What if I do it wrong? That's going to take the fun out of everything. So maybe you need to take a leaf out of this particular area in order to progress yourself. Oh, release, lovely. Let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. You're really good at releasing the past and regenerating, and you know, it's like, it's not a mistake that they say phoenix are in the flames when it comes to Scorpios and regeneration and the endings and stuff. The phoenix from the flames is like everything could be in tatters. Everything could just be, oh my gosh, why did this happen? I have no idea where I'm going now. What's going to happen to me? Blah, blah, blah. That's the fear part of things. You rise up from that. It's how you get back. It's how you get back on your feet that you do this. It's how you interpret the signs from the universe and your guides that come through. And if you go defeatist, oh, they're not going to help me, I asked for this, and you know, dismissive, that's going to be very damaging to how you get back on your feet. But if you do take, you know, some little hints and tips type thing, I don't think that you're going to be too despairing, if that makes sense, in the process of moving forwards or moving towards something that's very different. Because sometimes different makes people panic, different makes people go a little bit overboard. But with you, I just see light. I just see lots of positivity. Now, the thing that I saw in others is a kind of strong colour combination. You have pinks and blues, maybe a bit of purple, which could be to do with your communication and your third eye working in harmony. So you say what you see or you put into action. But the main thing is this gorgeous golden yellow. Now this would be your self-esteem. So if ever you feel like your gut is in a mix and you're, oh, I don't know what to do, I feel very torn or tired or in knots or whatever, put some yellow or wear some yellow, either yellow pants or yellow top, or even tie a yellow ribbon around your middle where your solar plexus is, and try and feel your self-esteem, your gut instinct level out a little bit. And that way you'll probably be able to ascend into this superpower, which is definitely adapting to change, seeing things coming maybe even before they happen, and moulding yourself accordingly and adjusting to that situation. But you are brilliant, you are loyal, and you are very friendly and talented, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you, and if you have a suggestion for a future reading, please do let me know as well. If you'd like to get in touch with me, all things are below, but in the meantime, thank you so much for being here. Very, very best of luck for the future, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon.